What's going on, guys? I'm Mighty back yet again with the weekly Rust Skins videos, and today it looks like we've got a pretty nice looking store. You can see all the top sellers are already. We'll go to the limited, and let's get started with the clothing and armor with the Berserker Helmet, Roadsign pants, and the Roadsign vest, all going for $2.05 each, was the slightly above center store price for armor, and this is Roadsign and Coffee Can helmet gear. Continuation of the Berserker set, of course. We've already had the hoodie and pants. We've had the Metal Gear, and now we have the Roadsign. So overall, the Berserker stuff has actually performed quite well, only because the other stuff has continued on. It's performed quite average until today, where it's gone up, and that's the same as what happened with the hoodie and pants, or the Metal Gear, whatever came out before, one or the other. So unfortunately, I don't think this is going to have the same fate as the previous two items. And quite frankly, I haven't really been a big fan of the Berserker at all. And check my inventory, I haven't bought any of it. Do I think that this is going to perform well? Honestly, not really. I'd recommend getting the Roadsign pants, as in the kilt. But the Coffee Can helmet and the Roadsign vest are probably not going to do too well overall. I do think you're going to be able to get pretty much all of it for a little bit cheaper on the community market with the buy order. The kilt will possibly go up above the $2.05. I do think that that will happen for a little while, but then probably drop back down. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Berserker, Roadsign, or Coffee Can. And if you are to get anything, I'd recommend getting the pants over the vest and the vest over the helmet. Right, moving over to the Target Roadsign gloves. So this is a continuation of the Target set now. We just had the Roadsign. I know the Metal Gear is also made. And I'm sure that the set is going to continue, but these are going for $1.35. First time I've had Roadsign gloves in quite a while. The previous Roadsign gloves are actually performing quite well. The previous Target stuff isn't performing as well though. So overall, I don't think it's going to have a very high demand. Currently, it's not even on the top sellers page, which is actually not a bad thing. So you could pick some of these up, and as a long-term investment, they could be some money makers. They are only $1.35 as well, center store price. So overall, these can make you money, but they will be a long-term investment. So keep that in mind. Overall, I will recommend investing in them, but as I said, keep in mind they are going to be a long-term investment. Alright, moving on over to an interesting skin. We've got the Crossbow from Hell, continuation of the From Hell set, and we haven't had anything from the From Hell set for quite a long time. So if you guys are new to Rust investing, Rust skins, or Rust in general, hi, welcome. And the From Hell set was a very, very, very successful set. And quite frankly, every skin has made you money. The Crossbow from Hell, on the other hand, $3.45 is glowing weapon. But it is also a glowing prim weapon. Honestly, it is pay to lose. Keep that in mind. But as a casual player or a casual skin enjoyer, I do think a lot of people will want this Crossbow from Hell. Obviously, knowing how expensive the From Hell set is, I do think that that will help entice newer players and more casual players to want to buy this bad boy later. And I do think that a lot of people will obviously miss this Rust item store because it only lasts for a week. So $3.45 may be a little bit expensive, but as a long-term investment, I do think the Crossbow from Hell can make you money. Come Christmas time, I do think you'll be making some probably pretty easy profits from this one, to be honest. Overall, is it a very useful skin for in-game actually playing? Not really, because it is glow in the dark and you are going to probably get spotted before you spot the enemy in the nighttime. But is it a flex? Is it a Chad move to run around with a glowing crossbow? Absolutely. So Crossbow from Hell, I will recommend investing in as a medium to long-term investment. Alright, moving over to the Neo Soul LR, going for $2.75. The Neo Soul is a continuation set, and honestly, the Neo Soul has been quite a poorly performing set. We have had 5 skins so far. The AK going for $1.51, the Python going for $1.91, the MP5 going for $1.98, the SAR going for $2.22, and the Tommy going for $4.17. So all of them have lost you money except for the Tommy, and all of them are above 88 quantity. So between 88 and 303 quantity, except for the Thompson, which is a 66 quantity on the community market. So that is one of the reasons why it's the most expensive one and actually making you profit. So overall, with the LR, I think it's actually going to perform probably worse than the MP5, quite frankly. And the MP5 is going for $1.98. To be fair, there is 303 of the MP5, whereas I don't think there's probably not even going to be 100 of the LR, but at least on the community market, of course. But because the LR is harder to get, of course, it is a gun that you can't actually craft. I do think that for most people, that is not going to encourage them to buy the skin, especially if they're a casual player. It's going to make it a little bit harder for them to actually be able to get the LR. So for that reason, I don't think the demand is going to be very high for the Neosol LR. And so I'm not going to recommend investing in it off the Rust store for this week. Alright, moving on to the Skullkiller Thompson, going for $2.75. This is a continuation of the Skullkiller set, which also is another weapons-only set that hasn't performed very well. We have 4 Skullkiller weapons so far in the community market, that being the AR going for $1.46, the LR going for $1.52, the MP5 going for $1.66, and the SAR going for $3.79. The MP5 to AR has 94 to 56 quantity, whereas the SAR has 16. So, of course, people have given up on the Skullkiller set, and that shows with the SAR being only at 16 quantity. Although, because of that, it is the only item that's also making you money, starting at $3.79 in the community market. So I do think that something similar will happen with the Thompson. I think it's going to sit in between the MP5 and the SAR, $1.66 and $3.79. So I do think it's probably going to sit around this price at the moment. But overall, as a long-term investment, I do think that this one can actually make you money. So I don't think it's going to get oversaturated, but I don't think it's going to have a very high demand at the start. You could probably pick this one up for a little bit cheaper on the community market with the buy order and maximize your profits off of that. But picking it up at the Rust store, using it as a play skin and selling it during Christmas time or something like that, slightly after, then I do think you will most likely make money off of the Skullkiller Tommy. So overall, I will recommend investing in the Skullkiller Thompson off the Rust store for this week if you're looking for a medium to long-term investment. Alright, moving over to the Antique Black Furnace, going for $2.75, and this is quite a nice looking furnace skin when it's on and when it's off. So usually furnace skins only really look good when they're on, but honestly I actually do like this one. It's got a fat looking glow to it, which I'm sure we're probably looking at right now, and it looks quite nice during the day while it's off as well. Overall, I actually really like this furnace skin. $2.75 initial price for deployables. Do I think it's going to perform well? Let's check where it's going at on the Rust store. Currently it's third on the top sellers, so it does have demand, but it's most likely going to be oversaturated for a furnace skin. Keep that in mind as well. You can probably pick it up for a little bit cheaper on the community market with a buy order, but overall, just judging by the demand on the top picks, I do think that this is actually going to perform quite well. We'll probably be sitting around that $3 to high $3 mark at the start of next week, and then we'll go up over time. So overall, with the Antique Black Furnace, I will recommend investing in it, and I honestly do think it's quite a higher quality furnace skin, so I do think it should make you some money. And last but not least, we have the Graffiti storage set, continuing with the Graffiti component storage, going for $3.45. This is, of course, a glowing deployable, and this is a continuation of the Graffiti storage set. Overall, I really like the comps box, and I do think that this is going to perform well. I honestly think this is going to be one of the better performing Graffiti component storage, Graffiti storage boxes, and all of them are menu profit if I'm not mistaken. So overall, I do think the Graffiti component storage will make you money, and I will recommend investing in it. And I actually, I definitely like this one the best so far out of all of them. I just think the font actually stands out a lot better. The glow looks really nice, and also the graffiti style hand-drawn comps also look pretty skits on the box as well. So overall, that is all of the Rust items for this week, and now we'll move over to the cart. Alright guys, this is my cart for this week. If you have made it all the way to the end, thank you for tuning in. So I'm going to quickly tell you that the TUI Roadsign Coppercan helmet is currently being manipulated, and so is the Glister hoodie. So enjoy making money from that if you do own the items. Not really investing that much this week, but I am getting 6 of the Graffiti component storage boxes, 1 antique black furnace, 1 Crossbow from Hell, 1 Skullkiller Thompson, and 1 Target Roadsign gloves. Some of them are, of course, only play skins or for something for me to own. It's going to cost me $31 straight this week, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.
Why?